Hey everyone, it's Jordan. Today I am deciding that I'm going to mood read for the month of July. So since it's my birthday month, I decided that I'm going to be mood reading. I'd still give myself a few selection of books in case I do not want to read them, but most of the time, I think right now I am set on the books that I would like to mood read for the month of July, and of course there's some books that I would like to take on vacation, so that's why I want to talk about the books that I'm mood reading. But before I get carried away, let's get to the books that I would like to read in July. So the first book that I would like to read, I know it's been on multiple TBRs, but I know that I really want to read it, which is Story of My Life by Lucy Score. It's about an author who just dealt with a breakup and she moves into a new house, and then she ends up falling. She and the carpenter are, or was he a carpenter or is he a contractor? I think that he is. Yeah. But anyways, I'm just really wanting to read this. Plus, the sequel just came out this year. Yeah, I think this year, and I would like to read this. This came out 2025, I believe. 2025. So last year. So I would like to get to this and hopefully get a copy of the next book in the series. Mistakes Were Made. That's what it's called, and I'm just been really excited to pick this up, and I'm actually going to pick this up. I don't care if it's almost up to 500 pages. Yeah, it's a little more than 500 pages, but I know her books have read really quickly, so I am definitely happy that I picked some romances onto my TBR. Read, because I've been really in a mood for it for a while since it came out last year yet again. Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. This is supposed to be a book that has reminded a lot of people on The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue, and it's been my favorite book of Victoria Schwab. But this is about two characters who one of them keeps dying, and the person that's there is the killer, and she keeps reliving each of her life, and he's always there. So that's all I got from this book, but I know that it really reminds me of one of my favorite books, and I know it's a fantasy, and I do love fantasy, but hopefully when I get out of a reading slump, I would end up picking this up. And it's not too long either. It's like over 350 pages, so I am just been dying to read this because I haven't heard anybody talk about this on BookTube, so I am and I just love the Alcrate edition I have here, and yeah, I am just really excited to pick this up. So the next book that I am wanting to read is Jumper by Melanie Crowder. This is about our main character who wants to be a firefighter, but she needs to be at least 19. Yeah, at least 19, and her best friend are trying to become firefighters, but something happens, and that's pretty much all I know about. I know I've read a previous book by this author, Macy, and I love that book, so I am been curious about this book ever since, and hopefully I end up enjoying this, just because I hope it brings out the same charm that Macy did. And the next book that's a TBR bet that I've been meaning to read since I tried a chapter of it, and I've been curious about it ever since. Peter and the Starcatchers by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. This is supposed to be a Peter Pan retelling, but as a prequel kind of story about before the Darling Children came to Neverland, and that's pretty much all I know about it. And I know I've read the first chapter, and I really enjoyed the first chapter, and I really want to continue on reading it because I know there's 4 books in the series, and yeah, I'm really excited to pick this up. And you guys all know that I love Peter Pan retellings, and I do hope this one will be a big hit for me as a Peter Pan fan. So the next book that I would like to read, I always try to catch up all the book series that I'm in the middle of, and I decide on this one, which is Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski. Sorry if I butchered the author's name. This is basically the second book in the Witcher series, and I love the Witcher series. I have not watched the newer seasons just because, not only because of Henry Cavill leaving the show, and it just, I don't know, I just been very nervous about continuing with the TV show because I know I love the TV show, and that encouraged me to read the book series. So I still love the world and everything, so I just hope the second book will make me want to continue on with the series, because I have no idea how many books there are in this series, because I know it was still going and the author released the latest book. I don't know what number that he was at, so I'm just still hope that I still end up liking this series despite of what was going on with the Netflix series. So the next book that I want to read, which does fit the being in the summer, which is Sometimes Summer by Katrina Leonard. This is about our main character who thinks that she was born with bad luck, like her parents got divorced, her mom sold her bookstore, etc. And then she and her mom decided to visit another town which she thinks it's flooded with bad luck, and that's pretty much all I know about it. And I've been really curious about it since I've read, what book did I read of hers? Horrid, which was a very interesting read, and I've been curious about her other books ever since. And it doesn't seem that long, but I think it's over 400 pages. But yeah, but a lot of contemporary books tend to be quick reads for me, so I am really curious about this book since I've read a book previously from this author. So the next two books are one of the books I'm most likely going to take with me on the trip, and the first one is The Good Part by Sylvia Cousins. I've been so behind on reading her books lately. I don't know why, and I just don't know. I love her, most of her books, and I've just been feeling really bad not reading them, but I know that I don't know which one's my favorite right now, this time next year or before I do, but this one, it talks about time travel, which is really interesting to me, and she basically wants to fast forward to the future, which she would consider as the good part of her life, and it caught my interest. I know that, like I said, I've been behind on reading her books lately, and plus this would be a good length of a book to read on a plane or listen to an audiobook, because I'm planning on switching between reading this physically and listening to this on audiobook since it's available on audiobook. So yeah, I am just glad that I have a lot of romances on my TBR, because I've been feeling really bad not reading as many books this year, because motherhood has been very busy for me, and yeah, and plus life has been have that effect as well. But I am really excited to pick up another Sylvia Cousins book for the summer. And the last book on my July TBR is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is supposed to be like a romance about each of the brothers that own an amusement park that reminds a lot of people of Disney, but it's called Dreamland. There's like and there are billionaires. I never read a billionaire romance before, so yeah, I'm thinking about bringing this with me just in case I want to read on a plane, but I'm most likely going to put this in my suitcase, and since this book is shorter, I'm planning on reading this on a plane, and plus I can listen to it on audiobook as well. So I am really excited to pick this up because I've heard mixed things about this book, but I'm willing to give it a try just because I love Disney, and many people say that if you're a Disney fan, you should try out this book, especially if you love going to the parks. So I am been very curious about it, and I am really excited either way. So that is all for my July TBR. Am I able to read all of these books? Most likely not, but I am hoping to read at least most of the books in this stack here. But anyways, if you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what books that you're planning on reading in July, because I would like to know. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you be notified wherever I post new bookish videos just like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!